I genuinely can't think of anything to say. We've been off sick, or rather, I've been off sick. We've had Christmas. It's now February. We're back. This is episode number 133 of the Cult Faction podcast.
Shooting the breeze.
Shooting the breeze. Thank you, Paul. That'll do. That's a good title.
Superman.
Hello and welcome to the Cult Faction podcast, episode 133. Could be so much more if we didn't have sick all the time and holidays. But anyway, so yep, I have been knocking on heaven's door for the best part of 3 weeks. Summer sounds like he's now going to start knocking on heaven's door.
And I've got a bad back.
And he's got a bad back. But
Other than that,
we are back. It's a new year. It's a new dawn.
It's a new day.
It's a new day. We are taking a departure from our usual spotlight, which will be the fourth time in a row you've heard us say that, because quite frankly, I have not been well enough to put anything together for this episode. We have all watched Identity.
And also,
like
we
said
haven't
we would.
actually all seen each other or caught up, so we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. So
Sometimes it's just good to talk.
yeah. There's t-shirts now, isn't there? It's okay for men to talk or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's okay for men to do a lot of things apart from touch stuff.
Yeah. In a post
And say
Greg
things.
Wallace world.
And yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we will at some point in
Unless
the
you're-
very near future do our
unless you're
spotlight
American.
on Identity. Shoot an American, did
I
you
said,
say?
unless you're American.
I thought you said we will shoot an American.
If you're in America, everything's fair game now. It's Wild West over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back with Identity later.
Cool. So we're also time boxing this episode.
Time box.
Time box. To use
That
a
sounds like a
business
feature.
parlance.
Is this like the cube?
Yeah,
Do I have to perform some sort of trick?
we're time boxing this because one of our podcasters over there in the corner has a bad back and can't sit down for long. So
not that I'm old,
yeah.
but
No.
I'm old.
we're all old.
We're going to keep going until he's in traction, and then that's when the time is up. So as it goes along, you'll hear him getting more and more in pain.
Or he just go quiet, won't say anything.
Yeah.
Or I get a twinge in my back and have to go.
Oh,
We'll just lay him on the floor and move the mic. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
we will soldier on. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be a shorter episode than usual. Just going to have a bit of a general chat, what we've watched over the last couple of months, I guess,
Yeah.
Christmas, etc., and anything else we think exciting. So, I'll go to Summers first. What you've been up to?
What have I been up to? I've been ill. I too have been coughing and spluttering. I attempted to have an MRI for my leg,
Oh,
but I didn't push the panic button,
good.
but it still didn't happen.
You didn't go in with like a butt plug like that girl on
I
Twitter.
don't know where you go on the internet
No,
sometimes.
it, was
Paul.
it just popped up. Like she got real bad injuries because she went in with a butt plug and forgot to take
I imagine
it
that
out.
would. I imagine
Yeah.
that would hurt. No, I went in. It's quite scary. I didn't think I was that claustrophobic.
So I've never done. Everyone tells me. Everyone I've spoken to says it's really,
I'd rather
Horrible.
have a.
I didn't like it.
I would rather have a wisdom tooth taken out again.
really.
And when I had mine, it took 45 minutes, and I left with a footprint on my head because that's how he had to get it
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean? But I'd rather do that again. Yeah. No, I went in. I wore my non-metallic clothes and all that sort of thing. I pointed out to him that would it be okay because I actually am metal, but apparently that was okay. And
So you adamantium was fine.
No,
Was it?
just pure metal, no rock and roll, baby. and he was Nordic. I can't quite pin it down.
Was it Erdy-gurdy, verdy-gurdy?
Yeah, either that or he may have took over Nakatomi Plaza. I couldn't quite work it out. And but it was like and then so I went in, I laid down on the thing. I had to have my leg, my my lumbar and back, and my hip done. So I laid down, they tie your feet together. So they're in the right place. Yeah, tie your feet together. Then when you relax them, they're in the right place. So they don't have to, your legs right. Which was quite cool. I didn't mind that. It wasn't extra or anything. And then and he said, "Oh, here's the panic button." He put it in my hand. I said, "Okay."
You definitely went for an MRI,
Yeah, but I put the panic button or whatever you call it. I put it sort of, because I laid down, I put it on my chest. I thought, I don't want it in my hand, and I just quickly react or twitch, and I have to turn it off. Cause I've been waiting 2 years for this. I didn't want to balls it up, you know. Yeah. So then I was laying there on the conveyor belt. I felt like I was at the supermarket. You're on like one of those conveyor, and I went in a little bit, and I thought, where's my back and my hip and my leg? I don't need to go. It's not my brain. I don't need to be completely surrounded. So I thought I'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
And then so I'm laying down, my hands flat on my side. And I was there for about 5 minutes. It's all whirring. Oh, and you have earplugs in and noise cancelling headphones as well. So it's all a bit. And then it's like on the headphone, you just hear, "Are you ready to go? Get it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, and then I was like, I couldn't work out what he was saying after that at all. And then so I was in one bit, and it like chugged away for about 5 minutes. Then it sort of moved in a bit. To sort of here, and my nose was touching the ceiling. And I'm like, and it's still kind of going down there. And I thought, first of all, I'm I'm not going to fit in this. And apparently, this is one of the bigger ones.
It sounds like some of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And I was laying there, but then I had my hands by my side, so I was just laying there. Then I thought, okay, close your eyes, think of England. This ain't gonna be nice.
Yeah.
And I just sort of had my hands by my side, laid out, stretched out. And it's all whirring and going. And then I open my eyes, and both the guys have stood over me. And they're like, "What is wrong? Are you okay?" And then I thought I was in hostel. And then I had to remember where I was. And then I was like, "What's the matter?" I said, he said, "You're not going in." I said, "What do you mean, not going in?"
What are you supposed to do about it? You're on a conveyor belt.
Well, that was the problem. Because what I'd done and not realised, he said, "Do you not like it?" I went, "Not really." I said, "How far do I have to go in now?" He went, "You will go right in. It's quite far." And I was like, "I don't think that's going to happen." And he said, "Okay." Then he came out to about here to have my shoulders out, and they did my leg still. So they do my knee. So they did that one. And now I've got to go to the other hospital where there's like one with it's like sides. And they can do the other bit because I did. But I didn't push the button. What had actually happened was as I laid down and had my hands by my side, my hands were like pushing down. I think I just basically tensed up. My hands and legs, I just basically stretched out and tensed up so it couldn't move.
Right.
So they're pushing the button for me to move along. And I'm just like pushing down so hard, it's not moving along. And so I didn't push the button. I just kind of broke it a little bit.
You just broke the machine instead.
But it was horrible. I felt like Kill Bill. I felt like when she was in the coffin in Kill Bill. But I couldn't punch it because it was radioactive or whatever it is.
It's probably a good job you didn't punch it because they're worth like £500,000 or £1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was what I was kind of freaked. But I wouldn't be able to move anyway because I was literally, it was like that. This is it. No, but I pushed down so hard, the pressure was stopping it moving along.
You're stopping the belt, basically.
Yeah. And so yeah, they were like, "Oh, we just do your leg. It's okay." I was like that. And
They've gone somewhere in South Asia now.
It's a multicultural world. And but yeah, it was. So that was quite freaky. I didn't get any powers or anything when I came out either, so that didn't help.
What a waste of time that was.
Well, I still got my knee done.
Yeah,
I've just got to get the
no
ultimate.
powers in your knee.
Nah, that's it. Well, I need powers in my knee. That's a problem. But yes, that was all right. Then it's been school. Had 2 observations. They went all good. Started up a grappling podcast. thegrappleofyoureye.com.
Okay, I was going to say you need to promote it at some point.
The grappleofyoureye.com.
Okay.
It was,
And is that the name of the podcast as well? Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something that hasn't been done.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just like trying to catch up and watch loads of cool things for the podcast, dude.
Cool.
I'm sure there's something else I've probably forgotten.
Yeah, it'll come to us
And then
later.
Kate
I
will go,
expect.
why didn't you mention that?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
What, our anniversary? I forgot.
No. That's before Christmas, that's all right.
I know, but we haven't chatted since.
Yeah,
Anyway, it
but
doesn't
like,
matter.
yeah,
Jesus,
yeah.
I'm joking.
So, Paul, can you top an MRI scan? I don't. No.
No, I just did the normal chilling out Christmas, Kira's birthday.
Went over to the Emerald Isle.
Yeah. Watched
Yeah, you went to
darts out
another
there.
country. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, but we go every year.
Sell it.
I mean, it's nice.
It's
don't get me wrong.
beautiful. The
Yeah.
green
He
landscape.
doesn't work for the Irish tourist board, you know.
Yeah, but it might help. Might get a discount next year.
Yeah, so chilling out. That was nice to get away. Kira's birthday, she turned 18. Blimey.
Yep.
Got my birthday to look forward to in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
Another year around the sun.
Oh, 50.
Joy. Haha. Yeah. So it's nothing that tops
No.
breaking an MRI.
No, me neither. I
Break
had,
it. I just kind of squashed it.
And you've been ill.
yeah, Christmas, and then I was ill. So about a week later.
God, we're all a happy bunch,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah.
And this is why we've not brought you a podcast, because, I mean, even now, we're over it, and we're still miserable.
I hope no health insurance companies that we're with are listening. Our premiums
Yeah.
goes through the roof.
And that's certainly not going to get sponsored by Vitality.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, in that case, let's just move on to what we've watched, or, well, let's move on to
Okay.
some highlights of what we've watched, if we're time boxing
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Oh,
Let's-
we'll
let's
go
not go
through
through
and
the
just see how
list.
it goes.
Yeah.
Might be a flow.
Yeah, we'll see.
I've got an opener
Go on, then you go with your opener.
from
Yeah,
season
that was-
3.
That was going to be mine as well.
It's on my list, so have you all watched it?
Yep. Watch it all. Spoiler bell?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Have you watched it all?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
2 days.
Spoiler bell for From season 3. If you have not caught up with From season 3, you might want to skip forward 2-3 minutes.
Yeah. It's available on Sky and on, what's that one? The other one called? Direct TV? No, what's it called?
Don't know, I mean, it's on Virgin through
What's
the
that one where you
demand.
can like subscribe to Sky, but it's not Sky. You can just
Now?
watch it. Now TV.
Yeah.
It's on Now TV, Sky, and Virgin, and on the internet.
Okay. I'll give you what I've written as my synopsis,
Okay, go
which
for
is
it.
it's one line basically. This is the live album release after the second album, when you're just waiting for the studio album to come out. It's only the final episode that is the bonus track of a studio recording to keep you wanting more when the next album comes out. It's all it's mostly filler and no.
There was a
killer.
lot of. I wouldn't call it filler. I would call it. They went heavy on the character building episode, which are
If you like.
filler,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But
But I remember with season 2 when we were saying this, it's like if there's a possibility they're going to use next season to pad it out. But
Well,
that's
it's
a
the
mistake a
middle.
lot
So
of them now.
it's a 5-season arc, so you know that season 3 is gonna be the one where the balance shifts a little bit, and traditionally, in a well-written TV show, the balance will shift. You get a bit more about the characters. Because I think we learned a hell of a lot as well.
we
We pretty much know what's going on now until they spun it around at the end.
how do you mean?
Well, we know.
We've rang the spoiler bell. It's fine.
Yeah.
we know the children.
Yeah.
We know where the children come from. We know where the monsters come from. Because the monsters are the parents of the children who sacrificed them for eternal
Yeah.
life. Only their eternal life wasn't quite, I guess, what they were hoping for. Weird baby shit is a bonus. And obviously there's still more to that yet, because there's still things in the words and there's other bits and pieces. The strange man in the suit at the end, who was the guy talking on the walkie-talkie thing, you know, get your wife out of the cellar or whatever it was. Do you remember when they built the tower?
No, I don't.
Season 2.
actually.
Remember when he built the tower and then his wife was trying to find where all the leads went under the house, and then the house collapsed.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the guy there. So, I mean, he was the others, if you will. So so they've now introduced that. So again, there's another element's been introduced, and the whole thing of that she was actually Matey's mum reincarnated, and it's all gone on before and stuff. So there's this sort of
that annoyed me,
this
to be
cycle
honest.
of repetition. Yeah, it was a bit. It was a bit. Well, they need to explain it more because also then who are all the other people being reincarnated of? Because everyone's there.
The problem I have with that though is it feels like they've just injected that to make it like almost like a love triangle, and for the next season where she gets her memories and potentially her feelings back for the other guy.
Well, there's not going to be much of a triangle though, because
you don't know.
Is he though? We don't know that he's.
yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It was slit wide open.
Yeah, but
this is a
maybe
TV
now that
show,
he's got
isn't
his
it?
memories back, he might feel attracted to her again.
No, but the
Yeah.
other guy's been murdered at the end, didn't he? The husband.
The husband got his throat slashed left to right.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Or did he?
Yeah, but
Well,
there's a time element now, so
yeah, there's a time.
So you could just
element.
go back a little
That's what
bit
I mean.
further.
So it's also a. Well, it's not necessarily a time element. It's just. Well, it is a time element.
Yeah.
but it,
she's
but
travelled
not in the
time to
way.
try and
Not the way.
She's got shorter hair, man. That means it's the future.
But there's a way of because like as well with the daughter being the one that threw the rope down the well to save him and all that.
But that's what I mean. Is she going to work out a way of getting round the whole messing with paradoxes and stuff and save her dad somehow?
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to go back and save the children. Somehow,
Stop the whole
some
thing in
way.
the route.
Yeah, so then it doesn't happen. But there was a lot of clues. I think the new police officer lady is giving us stuff that because it's like, well, why is there like a thingy and no hotel? Why is there that and not that?
Yeah.
And why is that there? Where's that then? Why have you got a diner here but no hotel? Whatever it was. And I think she's pointed out lots of things that we should be aware of that have just been forgotten about. I think Matey, who got left behind and scarred up, is going to be a big deal.
Oh, he's always going to. Do you mean? I was going to say
The-
Frank. It's not Frank, is it?
The Sawyer,
Yeah.
the one on the bus, right, that lives on the bus. He's a bit of a knobhead, but he kind of
Yes,
He's
mean-
going to come
moments.
good.
yeah.
It's that classic redemption arc.
Yeah. I was quite impressed with it because they've answered a lot, but also made it so it's still a bit of a head fuck, for lack of a better term. So we know, people go, oh, what's it all about? Well, we know now, but we still don't really know what that means.
Yeah,
But
that-
we know
that's what I meant.
we know
But
what it means, but we don't know what it means.
You could have watched the last 2 episodes and got most of it, though. That's what annoys me.
And also, there's still 2 seasons left, and it feels like they could wrap it up in one.
But well, we'll see. But then
To be fair, I was expecting a whole season spent in real time. As
yeah,
in-
for her trying to get back, like
well, not just necessarily her, but other things. You
Yeah.
know, other stuff
I
going
like
on.
the way everyone just cussed it because like you got out and you came back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, why
so
didn't
they
you try
wasn't
and get help?
planning on it. It was just
But yeah, to her point, if she'd have told anyone about this place that doesn't exist and you can't get to, but if you get there,
yeah.
And the scary vampire type
Yeah.
things in the woods.
she would
Yeah.
be locked up.
Be
I
committed.
did, to be honest though, I didn't see it coming in the ambulance until he went. Well, wait, there's a fallen tree across the road. I was like, no, and not yet. 'Cause like you say, I thought it was going to be a lot more,
Yeah.
and we might meet other people that I lived there once
Yeah.
or something.
Exactly. I thought she's going to like find some sort of community or
Yeah.
something that have escaped or.
Especially with all the
Heard of
creepy
it.
paintings and all that, and
Yeah.
then they were going to go to the
Think-
bottle tree.
The only thing I didn't get, and I might have missed like a minute in the episode, they worked out that inside all the bottles were notes
Yeah.
or corresponding notes. Where did they get in which order to put all the notes?
I think it was how they were hung on the tree. I think it was like I think the idea was it was written like a musical bracket. I don't know what you call it.
I don't know. I don't know that it was. You're right because it was like, oh, hang on, there's 7
Yeah.
notes. So these
Yeah.
are notes. Yeah, but what order are you supposed to? Because
Exactly, because he had all of the bits of paper, and then all of a sudden he was
No,
like
because
going,
all the numbers were in
get me my musical instrument.
yeah,
all the numbers were in the same bottle in the same place on each tree.
Yeah, I know, but how do you put them in an order? Because it's a tree.
Well, I think you went from where the hole
Yeah,
was
but they
and
didn't
you
say
faced it.
Yeah, you're right. They
I'm
didn't.
just seeing from how they wrote it down, how they dictated it from the tree or whatever. But but then I was wondering, like, so if you move them around, can you go somewhere else?
Well, that's what I thought was going to happen because when one of the bottles, was taken off or whatever, the guy ended up in a swimming pool, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah,
Although
it's just
all
in
they
the
did
wall.
was put some stones in front of him, and I was thinking, when summertime comes around, that swimming pool's going to really stink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like that though. It's just like, you're in a wall, dude.
But yeah, either way, we got through it in 2 evenings. So,
Yeah, I think we did about the same.
so that's got to say something.
Well, it's good that it's 10 episodes. Because if this was like, 20 years ago, that would have been 23 episodes of that padded out even more because the
Yeah.
network demanded it.
Yep. So it's still worth watching.
And Harold Perrineau, if I said it right, surely by now he needs some kind of award for all the stuff he's done, well, film and telly. He's
This is his first proper lead role, though, isn't it? He wasn't lead in Lost, obviously, and he's done that zombie. He did. He was in. What's the thing with the two brothers that hunt ghosts?
Supernatural.
He was in that for a bit.
He was kind of a lead in Oz, but then Oz was
That was more of an ensemble cast,
ensemble cast,
so
but he was one of the main 4 or 5.
main character, but not.
Because even when he got killed, he was still in it. He
Yeah.
was still narrating.
Well, he was
he was like a ghost of the prison.
Yeah, I think everything he's been in, he's been either a supporter or
Yeah.
part of an ensemble.
Well,
so-
that's his. He's the character actor, and they bring him in for that kind
this
of.
might be his Demi Moore moment.
'Cause he was
Yeah.
he was in the Constantine series as well, wasn't he? He was the
I haven't seen the
angel,
series,
Yeah.
the
but-
original, like the series,
the good one,
the good one before it.
I
Went,
think I was just put off because you said Constantine and
not
said
Constantine.
whatever.
I was just going to skip past that and just let it go.
Depends who you say it to.
Oh, how do you say Ovaltine? Don't say Overtime, do you?
I don't say it to.
I don't think anyone ever says that, do they? Not anymore. Does it still exist? Is it
It's
still
the
a
only
thing?
thing I could think of that rhymed.
Have we gone through the tree?
I'm old. Oh, I'd love a cup of Ovaltine before I go to bed tonight.
Oh, I can't stand this stuff.
But again, I
All
think
malty goodness.
Oh,
when it put its foot on the pedal, it put its foot on the pedal, and it was gross and violent and horrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
the
it was.
mysteries are
Still
there.
good.
I think part of it is for me. I don't like those. I don't like the two characters, the pregnant one and the boyfriend. They just annoy me. So that's probably part of my problem. Is just
Yeah.
they're so in love. Oh, since you came along, I've been so happy. Oh, fuck off.
I want to see the lady that runs the house lose her shit a bit more, though.
Yeah, I like her.
I thought she
Yeah.
almost
She's
was
a
going
badass.
to, but then she
Yeah.
had a chill out moment.
I just want to see her like. Give
It
her
might have been-
give her
she
like
might
a
have been-
baseball
Do you know what?
bat.
It's really weird. She popped up in something I was watching the other day. I couldn't even tell
Yeah.
you what it was, but she popped. She was like a police
OnlyFans?
detective. She's a detective or something, but she's like fully suited up and really. She's like the nice detective as opposed to this badass that she's
Yeah.
in the house. That was a major juxtaposition.
Although maybe the reason why she is a bit mellow is because they've got their stash of pot.
Yeah,
That the kids are smoking around the house.
Yeah, and we all remember her for her flowers or whatever it was when it came in. And her, it's like, yeah, you're promoting drug use. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. But like you say, I think it's that thing of we all want to know what it is as well. So we just want to skim through it and find out what it is.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
that. But I think some of the stuff they set out in season 1 could have been either answered by now or at the very least built upon, like the radio thing coming
Yeah.
on all the time.
So it's like
And
they
the
forgot about
wires.
that now.
Well,
yeah,
yeah, but
almost.
no, but it's still coming on because he smashed it up, didn't he?
He smashes one up, yeah.
But this is that man in the suit.
Yeah, but that's it. That's what. Just giving. I don't know. Even if you're not going to answer it, put some more in there, because I don't know if you know. There's tannoys dotted about as well, so have those go. Just build on some of the stuff, because it's almost like they were writing season 1 on the hoof, and it's like, oh, we like that. Let's run with that. Yeah, we like that. Let's run with that. What about? Well, we might come back to that later, but let's.
Well, a lot of it as well goes on what people pick up on, don't they? People go, "Oh, that's really cool." Sometimes things get abandoned and they go in those directions. But yeah, I hope they do go back to it because the music's been pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, so we all in agreement though. It's still good.
Yep.
I was still waiting for the Scouse Hindu to turn up on their coach.
That'd be brilliant.
What the fuck?
They would just kick the shit out of the baddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stab them with their stilettos.
But yeah.
That
so
almost sounds like a Simon Pegg type film.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed that. And anyone else watched anything?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go on, Paul. You go.
So I'll start off with a low point. Nosferatu.
Nah.
It's just come out, so I am seriously desperate for films to watch now.
I've not seen the
That
first
aren't-
one.
Because everything seems like rom-coms, more rom-coms that I'm not interested in. I really want science fiction, fantasy.
You want a science fiction rom-com?
No, like stuff to talk about on the
Yeah.
podcast as opposed to
Crap.
Who cares? Yeah, but Nosferatu. So Nicholas Hoult, Lily Rose Depp. Do I even need to bother to say what it's about? What the
Imagine
storyline's
Nicholas
about?
Hoult. Yeah, we know Nosferatu. I've seen Nosferatu 1, but I haven't seen Nosferatu 2.
Yeah. So if
But
you've seen
Holt's good though, isn't he? Surely.
no, not really. If you've seen Dracula, if you know what Dracula's about, that's
Well, he was Renfield the other week, wasn't he, with Nicolas Cage? So now he's in
Yeah.
Dracula.
But I liked him in Renfield.
Yeah.
But this is, but the character is wishy-washy. So, fair
So
play
is
to
it
him.
is it just a remake of Nosferatu? Is it because they made a film about the actor, didn't they? At one point.
Yeah, they've made a film about. No, it
This
really
is
can't
just-
be a remake of that.
No, but
because
this
that was
is
a,
just the
a
story of
German,
Nosferatu again. Like,
silent.
yeah.
What's
Because they made a film about the guy
word.
in the film, didn't they? Well,
Yes, yeah,
'cause
they have,
That's
yeah.
right. But this is just that story being told again, right?
But yeah, if you've seen Dracula, you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They don't seem to try to do anything different.
But isn't that isn't it supposed to be the original story
but
there?
it's not really. It seriously doesn't deviate too much away from anything. Yeah, and I know they're trying to keep it
yeah.
accurate to the original storytelling, but
Doesn't go monster, does he?
no. But it got to a point where I was so bored. It's like, well, I know what's going to happen now, so I just turned it off. That was 20 quid wasted because it's so shit.
That's harsh.
And I did that because I thought, oh,
That's Vanessa
I've got the
Parody's
podcast tomorrow.
daughter.
Yeah.
I'll watch this and then I'll have something to talk about.
You could have just watched Joe the Taxi on Netflix for free.
But yeah, don't. I mean, even Lily Rose Depp, I like her in some ways. That I shouldn't talk about. But
But
You used to
she's
like her
completely
mum.
wasted. She just plays this hysterical girl. Think Winona Ryder in Dracula. And yeah, that's what it is. And even Nicholas Hoult. I got a lot of time for him as an actor.
but not in this.
Well, the character's wishy-washy and he plays wishy-washy, so it's hard to get excited about
Isn't
the
that a
role that he's
panto?
doing. Huh?
Isn't that a pantomime?
Well, I'd rather watch Nosferatu the pantomime than this.
Oh no, you wouldn't.
He's behind you.
And even Nosferatu, the vampire, it doesn't do anything. He's not horrifying. He's not terrifying. He's just
a bit of a freak, wasn't he? That was
Well,
from
he-
my memory of the old
with this one. He just has a bit of a nasty voice. Gary Oldman. What a gent! What a gent Dracula he was, yeah. And then he was a bit nasty in a Gary Oldman way.
Yeah.
This is what?
You sign. I'm going to sign the deed. You sign the deed, and I will move to your country.
Chris
it's like,
Tarrant's in it.
Oh, that's scary.
Chris Tarrant's in it.
Hi, I'm Chris Tennant on TV. No, so yeah, it's just really disappointing. Don't waste your money on it, please.
Okay.
No, fair enough.
Fair dues. We won't. I wasn't planning to. But
Just on a quick, I'm cutting in. Finally, I've watched season 1 of Slow Horses now.
oh fucking hell!
Really liking
Only
it.
taking you 3 years,
I
but
was getting the time of what I was off sick, so I was like, bang.
Although
Really,
we might be able to watch the rest before the new season comes out.
yeah.
yeah, really liking it.
So I'm
I've
a
done
bit jealous
about
of.
I've done about the first 2 episodes maybe of season 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, really liking it. But they definitely gave him a lot more, from what I can see, they gave Oldman a lot more free reign in season 2, I feel.
And that was a nice segue into
'Cause
Gary Oldman anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it was like, because season 1 is very good, but season 2 he just starts off and he's suddenly like he's gone from there to there, and it's they're like, yeah, just go with it now.
And also in the later seasons, they kind of downplayed the fact that he's, because season 1 and season 2, most of the time he's just this old farty git.
Well, is
that
this
drinks
one of
too
those
much.
things where you're going to like tell me stuff that I shouldn't know?
No,
yet?
no. I'm just saying.
I know where he's going.
It finally gets away from, actually, this guy knows what he's doing and he's quite bloody
and
good.
he's bloody good at it. Yeah.
Well, it is. He's almost, for lack of a better term, he's Columboing them, isn't he? He's just sort of like, I don't give a fuck, you're all a bunch of shit anyway, you know that? And it's just sort of like, no, I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it is good. But again, as you go through the later seasons, you do really think, well, how did the main guy...
I'm just going to say,
be an opera...
without giving anything away, I'm still sticking to the golden rule that if you don't see a body, they're not dead.
Okay.
Because, like...
I don't remember much of season 2 now, to be fair. So.
I'm only about 2 episodes in season 1. No, but like that, the girl who's in, like, everything got killed, but she was in hospital, but you never actually see her die. The one who was in Bates Motel and Ready Player One and all that.
That's the only thing I do like about Slow Horses is they're not scared of killing off... No, I'm not saying this because I genuinely can't remember, but they're generally not scared of killing off main characters.
Yeah, or anyone, to be fair. Yeah.
No, but it's just that she was
Apart
in
from,
the...
I think Gary Oldman's safe.
But it's like they go and see her in hospital, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, she passed away earlier." You know what? She's dead, but you never actually see her.
Right. I don't know because I can't remember. But...
Yeah, but I'm just sort of like that. That's a thread. Maybe if she's
Don't
free
get your
for a
hopes
couple
up,
of
is all-
episodes to
all
pick
I
up.
say.
Well, we've still got more seasons yet. I believe there's still a few more books they haven't got to.
Oh yeah, I think there's about 8 or 9 books,
But, yeah.
probably more. So,
Yeah.
But no, enjoyed it so far. The main dude's a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
But,
Well, he is. And
That's only
what I'm
going to get
saying.
worse.
but I think that's supposed to. You know, that's part of it.
But it'd be good if
And
he
I
was
keep
actually
getting
a-
him and the other guy
a decent
muddled up
operative.
because they're both kind of insufferable little pricks, really. The one that works, is it Webb?
the IT guy.
The one that works for
the one that actually works in
Horseface.
MI5 rather than
the
in
one they have the little
Slough House.
feud. He's like, you set me up and whatever,
Yeah.
because you said it was a blue jacket and a red hat, not a red hat and a blue jacket or whatever it was. Yeah, that one. And they're kind of the same character, but I can see where it's going, so it works well. But enjoyed that so far.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll give you something that I'm actually currently watching, so I've not finished yet. It's called The Madness. It's on, I want to say Netflix. I should have written it down. I'm sure it's on Netflix.
I might have seen it. What's the synopsis?
Synopsis is this media pundit, Muncie Daniels, the guy's name, the character's name is, not the actor, basically goes out to a cabin in the woods to start writing his book that he's going to write, and he stumbles across a murder.
Yeah, watch that
bodies
over
all
Christmas.
chopped up. He gets framed for it. It turns out it's a white supremacist that's been murdered.
Quite topical.
Yeah. It's all. There's a lot of that kind of stuff in it. But it's a case of, was he in the wrong place at the wrong time, or was he
Set up,
from the start? Is there a wider conspiracy at work? I mean, it's good. It's got dubious characters, all with their own agendas. Some interesting twists and turns so far.
This sounds
but
like
it's quite slow. There's a lot of middle distance staring and
this
and
sounds like
shouting
one of
in the
those
car.
shows where somebody really cool pops up in a non-substantial role in the middle of it. You're like, oh my god, it's Lou Diamond Phillips or something.
Yeah, it could be that, but no, it's not.
Oh,
The one thing I thought of Madness.
So I've still got 2 episodes to go.
Oh no,
Cool,
I'm not going to give
cool.
anything away. But like, as Brett would say, the pace of it felt more like the old-fashioned TV dramas as opposed to what you're used to on Netflix. and
Yeah, well, when
Prime,
I
which
say the
is-
pace, when I say it's slow, I don't excuse me. I don't necessarily mean it's the pacing of the drama. It's just that there's a lot of, like I say, staring into the middle distance.
no.
There's scenes. Then those scenes could finish.
fault that is Breaking Bad.
I don't know what it is, but and I think there's been at least 4, maybe even 5 occasions, bearing in mind I'm 8 episodes in, where he's just been sat in his car and he just starts going, ah! You don't even hear it because they silence it, but he's just screaming in his car and punching the steering wheel. It's like, you do it once, don't need to see that again. But there's enough going on to make me want to watch the last 2 episodes.
Okay, I also have watched. Oh God, it's all gone.
Oh no!
I've also watched. I'm going to get the name right. It is because we'll get like people on moan. Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story.
Oh, okay.
It's the documentary that came out. It went straight onto Sky or whatever channel it's on. Pretty much when it came out in the cinema in America. I mean. Someone told me the ending, but it's good, and it goes in like Chris Reeve and his wife and all the good they've done in that. But there's somewhere about 70% of the way through where it kind of, I'm going to sound like such a heartless bastard. It almost becomes a bit propaganda. Rather than just, this is what he went through, oh man, what a tough guy he was, and he's admirable. When it's suddenly like, basically anyone in America who's got a wheelchair now, it's thanks to Christopher Reeve and everything. It was kind of, I don't know, it kind of just went a little bit too much. Do you remember like when the Doors film came out, then all these books were like, but he could still be alive somewhere. And everyone's going, well, if anyone could do it, it'll be Jim Morrison. And all that. And it was like, no, he's dead. He's dead, it's done. He's not.
He's not Elvis.
Yeah, he's not Elvis or Michael Jackson. I don't know. It just went a little bit up at the end in places. And it just kind of, I don't know, rubbed me up a little bit the wrong way. But it is really good. A lot about Robin Williams in it and their friendship as well. I almost liked him again by the end of it.
Cool, that's it. You've hated Robbie Williams for...
Robin.
What did I say? Did I say? Yeah.
I never liked either of them, really. No, but he was like, because he did do a lot for him. They were friends before, a friend after, and he was...
Everyone says Robin Williams was a really lovely guy.
Tell that to Jim Belushi.
But of course, he was a really lovely guy. He was off his face most of the time. He was the great fun guy.
No, but even
to
when
be
he wasn't,
around.
he was recovering. He always used to.
No, but
make
he did
sure
do a
that
lot for
homeless people were employed on his films and all this
He
kind of
did,
stuff.
yeah, he did do a lot, and he did do a lot for Christopher Reeve as well. But no, it's good. There's a lot of stuff in there I didn't know as well. I mean, obviously it deals with the Superman stuff, but it deals with all the other things as well.
Did it feature the one where he goes back in time?
It mentions it, but it's more mentioned about like where his life was at that point and all that sort of thing, and like where he met his wife, how he met his second wife, even though he was kind of still married to his first wife at the time. But we kind of, that gets a little bit glazed over, and then how wonderful the second wife was for taking in his kids as well, and and it's just like, I don't know, it's good, but I don't know, it's just a little bit. For lack of a better term, it might have just been a little bit too apple pie at place. Like where it could have been a little bit more...
A bit more gritty,
grittier, maybe. But then, it's there. But it was good, and, it does open your eyes to sort of... He did do a lot of good for people with those illnesses in wheelchair and people in paralysis and all that. And the foundation they set up has done loads since. So it talks about all that as well. But yeah, it's worth a watch. And then...
Oh, what's going on? He's carrying
I
on.
was going to say, yeah.
It's not throwing back to you.
And then... Oh, no, that was kind of the...
Oh, okay, cool.
I was looking, no one was looking, so I was like, should I carry on?
You were looking down.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, yeah. I was like...
So, another one I purchased.
Never learn, will you?
I never learned. But I thought, well, desperate again. Gladiator 2.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I like the first one.
Fuck's
The
sake.
first one was shit.
I
Yeah.
like the first one.
None of the plot goes together.
It's good Sunday night TV, that.
It's not.
Anyway, Gladiator 2 with Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, Connie Nielsen, some other people, and our good old Matt Lucas, who pops up as the Roman master of ceremonies.
Great.
Yeah, so what do they often say about sequels?
They're
They
really
can be
good.
as shit as the first.
They're really good and they should make more.
No, no, not for this one. There was genuinely no point in doing it.
Would it have been better if they just called it something different?
Well, it might have done some good, apart from the fact that the storyline's pretty much the same as the first.
Yeah, but if
I
they
mean,
did
pretty
just
much
called it,
exactly
because you know,
the same.
like when they do that sometimes, when it's like you could have just called it something else, and it might have stood on its own 2 feet. As soon as you
Yeah.
call it like so and so 2, everyone's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
But this is literally, Gladiators from the original, Russell Crowe. It's his son that's somewhere that gets attacked by the Romans.
Didn't he have a daughter?
No.
Well, didn't his
No,
wife
he's-
and daughter at the end in the
Yeah.
first one?
He had
No,
a
I don't
secret
think
love
so.
child.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Of
sure
course he did.
with whoever.
Oliver Reed.
Yeah.
No, with the woman, with the
Slave.
with the nasty guy's sister or whatever.
Johnny
it was.
Cash's sister.
Because he meets him, and it's the boy that he meets and says, okay, and he really likes him. But anyway, he was banished to a different city. Rome go and evade. He obviously gets captured. He's made to be a gladiator. He has to fight his way up through the battles. I mean, some of the battles are all right. They actually do a water battle, which is quite cool. They fill
Now
a
I've got visions of the one of those towards the end of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where they're running.
no. I mean, they managed to fill the Colosseum with thousands and thousands of gallons of water, enough to have ships attacking each other.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is this true that they had like sharks in it or something?
Yeah.
I thought someone was joking when they said
No,
that. I
no.
was laughing.
Gladiators has a lot to the TV show has a lot to live up to nowadays.
Fucking hell, I thought that was a joke.
But no, it's just
Excuse my French.
it just seems a bit pointless. I mean, really pointless. I mean, Ridley Scott. I like him as a director,
Don't ever mock me for liking Sharknado again.
but he wasted all of that time doing Gladiator 2 when he could have been doing, I don't know, another
Something
Alien
cool.
film,
Yeah, but he's
something in space.
I hate to say it, he's never been good.
All right. Wow.
Everything he done becomes good because someone said it was, and then they point something out and dig into it, and he's like, "Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
That's what I meant. That was meaningful.
Yeah, but
That's why we did that in Blade Runner.
there's
It
no
wasn't
hidden
because I
there's
missed
no,
it out.
There's no hidden meaning in Gladiator 2. There's nowhere to hide. It's just not very good.
Okay, let's move on then.
Okay.
I know it's me, innit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you The Crow Girl.
Oh, I thought you were going to say The Crow 2.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I've seen this is on. Is this Netflix or something?
It's Amazon Prime.
Amazon. I've seen it on
Paramount.
something. Yeah. Oh, Paramount. Go on.
So these are.
It's on my list at the moment, so you might be saving me, you might not be.
Yeah, well, you'll see. So it's a series based on the Crow Girl book series by Eric Axelsund. It's on Paramount. You got these. The synopsis is DCI Janet Kilburn, an eminent psychotherapist, Dr. Sophia Craven, join forces to hunt for the killer of some young men. The investigation takes Jeanette and Sophie into a dangerous world of historic abuse and murder. It's painfully obvious where the plot twist is coming from, and the red herring that they implant into it is painfully obvious that it's not that. It's not going to be that.
I guess is it them?
It's just stupid.
Oh, fair enough.
The only saving grace is that it ends on a cliffhanger, and the main protagonist doesn't know what the plot twist is.
Okay, so dramatic.
So
irony.
now we know.
We know, but they don't.
But they don't.
Okay.
So you will then. It's now okay. So how are they going to figure out what's going on?
Okay.
But
That does sound. How many episodes is it?
it's only 6 or 8. I think it's only 6.
I might try.
But you literally within. I'm pretty certain either episode 1 or 10 minutes into episode 2, you'll go. That's that. That's not that. Now we just got to see how it plays out. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but that it doesn't give you the shock. It's not a
It's not
Sixth
the big
Sense
revelation.
reveal. But you go, okay, that twists everything.
Yeah,
on
well,
its
I
head.
got that in 10 minutes.
It's just that you didn't.
You were sat next to me at the cinema and told me
No,
to
I
shut
didn't.
up.
No, I wasn't.
Somebody was.
I was probably telling you to shut up.
I went,
Yeah.
I've got it. And they went, sounds at the end. So I said, don't you dare say anything.
Yeah, but it wasn't me.
The X-Files did it about a week before. And I was like, this is the same. Oh.
Anyway, so it's up to you if you want to watch it or not.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying do.
Well, I've got one you might like.
Okay.
It's billed on the poster as Back to the Future meets Scream.
I know the one you mean. I haven't watched
Time
it.
Cuts.
Yeah.
Where girl...
Is this where she goes back in time to save someone?
Not yeah.
Yeah, she
And
goes
but
back
the
to
thing is,
save
it's
her
like back
sis-
to 2004,
it's 2000.
which makes you feel old.
It's 2000.
Is it?
And
Oh,
there's-
okay.
And there's a bit later on, I was watching it with Kate, and I said, when's Avril Lavigne going to kick in? And it does towards the end. And she puts a Discman in or whatever it is on there. And it's, yeah. Well, once you get over that bit, which is quite hard, and she goes back because basically her sister got murdered, but she never met her sister because she was born afterwards.
Yeah.
And then she goes back and it's her sister and all that and that sort of thing. It's very Scream-like, and there was like a serial killer that killed off like her sister and her friends, and she's trying to stop each one, and she kind of doesn't. And then it's like, well, this is not, he's going to kill my sister and all that, and you can kind of guess what happens. But is it predictable? Yeah, but it's that kind of film where it will.
That's not
be
what it's about,
because-
though.
that's what it's about. Yeah, it's. But yeah, it was good, and there's a few little twists and turns and some nice nods. And who was her dad? The girl's dad was somebody like he used to be really cool, but like I was like, oh my god, that's him because he's changed a bit over the years. But I've forgotten who it was now. But
Billy Ray
I'll look up
Cyrus.
in a minute. No one's going near him at the moment. Apparently,
Oh, okay.
since the Trump thing, whatever. Apparently, I haven't watched it yet, but apparently all the kids at school were like, have you seen his performance at the Trump inauguration? So apparently it's just everything goes wrong. Is he drunk? Is his guitar out of tune? Is he miming properly? Apparently it's like a complete clusterfuck.
Oh, okay. Might have to
I might watch that.
Google that later. Yeah.
Better than some of the films. I've
Between
watched.
that and Kanye West's wife,
Oh, Jesus.
that seems
yeah.
to be what everyone is going on about. So yeah, Time Cut, I think that's on the Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
And then also,
He's doing it again.
you did a couple of things. There's
No, I
only a quick
didn't.
one.
We've done one each. We've gone round the table. One each.
I finally got to see. Okay, so I've got a few Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire, which I really liked. We've talked
Yeah,
about
I
it
enjoyed
before. I thought it was cool. I liked it. Could have been a bit longer. I thought they almost finished it too quickly.
It kind of felt rushed at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the fact that Matey was the mayor
Yeah.
after all these years, and then like he was about to do him, but then realised like everyone liked him, and he was like, "This guy saved it," and they kind of turned it on him, and he's had to go along with it now because he plays a good arsehole. He even popped up. Do you remember when he was a school teacher in Lost, wasn't he, as well? Do you remember? It was
I don't
somebody's.
remember that, no.
It was somebody's school teacher. He was like the arsehole teacher. Basically same character again from Die Hard, from
Yeah.
this, from that, and he was a teacher. But yes,
Cool. So, free movie, providing you've got Amazon. The Killer's Game.
Oh.
So, Mr.
This already sounds more positive because
Say
you've
again?
not started negative.
So this is Mr. Dave Bautista, the lovely Sophie Boyatella. Ben Kingsley, he pops up.
Okay.
Well, he'll pop up for anything.
Is he
now
very
and
shouty or is he not shouty?
then. He tries to put on an accent and... Well, okay, let me give
Because
you...
most things he pops up in lately, he's shouty.
who was
No,
that?
he's,
Sorry.
he's not... Ben Kingsley.
Dave.
Oh yeah.
Right,
No,
Dave.
so this is about a hitman, Dave Bautista. That
See, I'm losing it already because I was hoping this sounded a bit like a horror, but it's
no.
not,
This is all right. Let me go through.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
Sorry.
Dave Bautista, hitman. He starts getting a bit shakes. Bit off his game.
Maybe he's got carpal tunnel.
Well, he's doing a hit and manages to save Sophia Boutella and take her out because she was going to get stampeded. They fall in love. Obviously, he's a hitman, so
This is getting rom-com territory.
Well, it is a
He
comedy.
said he wanted a rom-com.
yeah.
So anyway, he wants to basically leave the game behind.
Are you just going to go through the entire plot of the
No, no,
film?
no, no.
And okay.
He's got it all planned. Ben Kingsley is like he arranges hits. He's a friend with.
He's his hitman pimp.
So anyway, they got a plan to get him out, and he has to do like one final thing.
There's
However,
always one final hit. Sorry.
unfortunately, he's diagnosed with Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease
What?
that no one's heard of since the 80s. CJD.
Oh, right, okay.
So that thing, if you eat meat, which Dave Bautista, let's face it, must have eaten a hell of a lot of meat over his time, causes the deteriorative brain thing. So
I remember when that happened because the guy in the paper looked like me. And they were
So, in order to cash in a life insurance policy that he's given to Sophia Botella, he can't kill himself, obviously.
No.
And he's a hitman, so it's not like he could come up with an ingenious way to fake his death. Oh, not fake his death, but kill himself that didn't look like a suicide. He gets a rival firm to put out a hit on him. So he pays them like a couple of mil to bump him off. But
Sounds great.
turns out he hasn't got CJD. They made a mix-up. So he has to fight off all the hitmen that come to kill him.
Great.
It is a really good, no-brainer action film. You can see all the twists and turns coming, before you start watching. But it's just maybe I didn't.
I
pay
think
for
it's.
this, and
I was just going to say, I think it's because of
and
the
I quite
days you've
enjoyed
been
it.
watching that.
But seriously, it's an alright film. It's not going to win any awards whatsoever. But the action sequences are good. There are funny scenes in it. They've got a couple of Scottish hitmen, and they're talking Scots language. They're from Glasgow. And the nice thing about it is they're saying all the C words and all this kind of stuff, but they've subtitled it in like polite English. So
That's quite
it's little touches like that.
Yeah.
And as I said, the fight sequences are good. It's just a nice thing it's chewing gum for your mind. But yeah, if you are stuck and if you just want to not think about something,
Watch that.
and if you don't have Cheers to go to, and leave your troubles behind, then shut off for an hour and 40 minutes and watch The Killer's Game.
cool.
Okay, fair enough. I will quickly mention Black Doves. Did anyone watch that? It was kind of It was at Netflix just before Christmas.
Yes. I did see
Keira
that.
Knightley
That's
and
Keira
the
Knightley,
voice
yeah.
of Paddington. I've forgotten his name. It's very much style over content. It's old fashioned, stylish 90s.
Is that the one where they're like
action
secret
thriller.
agents are married or something?
They're not. Well, they're not married to each other, but. Yeah, Keira Knightley is married to the defence secretary. I think he's the defence
He might
secretary.
be in line to be PM.
Yeah, he's pretty much being groomed to be the PM. And he's a hitman that's come back to sort something out. But they're not together, they're just really good friends. But yeah, you got to really suspend your disbelief to enjoy it, which is, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not just, with these things, it's normally the immunity of the main character. So it's not main characters can run through a hail of bullets and not get shot.
Yeah.
There's loads of that, but there's also you got to be prepared to not question the fact that Keira Knightley can leave the house at 11 o'clock at night whilst her husband and kids are still awake, and then come back in the early hours of the morning covered in blood and superficial wounds, and no one notices. You got to suspend that disbelief as well. But as I said, it's style over content. It's a good romp, action-wise.
yeah.
The only thing about it, it's all supposed to be centered around her, but I actually liked him
Yeah.
a lot better.
Yeah,
It's a shame
definitely.
they didn't do just his own series.
Yeah,
Because I got a lot of time for it.
yeah.
And everyone goes on about like woke culture and they're just trying to do things differently for the sake of it. But his character is actually just genuinely a bit different as well.
Yeah.
Because even though he was in essence a good guy hitman, he wasn't perfect either. It's like he was a more realistic human being. He wasn't a John Wick kind of character.
No, there's conflict going on in what he's
And
doing
even
and stuff.
the Irish hit ladies
Oh yeah,
They were quite
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's all style of it's completely unbelievable, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's
Cool.
like a kind of a series equivalent and not as good as Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels,
Exactly.
but it's got that kind of vibe.
So, I mean, it's got
to
that
it.
'90s kind of
Yeah.
action thriller, with a not quite Matrix style slow motion, but almost.
Yeah, and they've obviously tried to set it up for a season 2.
Yeah, but it's 2 years away apparently,
Yeah.
just because of scheduling and.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, they haven't even written it yet. But anyway, so that's worth watch. I enjoyed that.
Cool. Something else that's worth a watch is Getaway. Nick Frost, Aislinn B, Sebastian Croft, and introducing Maisie Ayres.
This is the where they go away for the weekend.
Yeah, it's a family going away on holiday, kind of very folk horror-y.
Yeah, see, I saw the trailer for it, and it
Initially.
reminded me of something that had, I think it's Reese Shearsmith in where, and maybe it's either Amanda Abingdon or the other one that's not Amanda Abingdon who was in the IT crowd. Where it's got a very, I haven't seen it, but the trailer gave a very similar vibe. And if you haven't seen the film, and I can't even remember what the name of that film is, you've got no clue what I'm talking about. But it reminds me of that. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about.
But it starts.
You think it's going to go one way?
Well, yeah, you think it's going to go one way, but it goes somewhere completely different, and it's just.
I mean, to
again,
be fair, I think I'd probably watch Nick
Sweet.
Frost driving around in a taxi talking to people. I just like him.
yeah.
I don't know how you felt. It was
I've probably just given him an idea for a series, haven't I?
it was good, but it wasn't his best.
Well, again, he was. The problem you have with Nick Frost is we get spoiled because a lot of the time he works with a team that give him the reign to be Nick Frost, whereas in this one he's just playing the role of the father of the family.
Yeah, but he wrote this, didn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't direct or anything like that. You know, once it goes through, I think he was on the team to do with it. But it's kind of like he like with Frost, when it's like Frost, Pegg, and Edgar Wright, they're all on the same page and they're all willing to share stuff. Sometimes when you might have written a script, and as soon as you get to someone else, it becomes their.
Yeah.
You know,
And don't get me
I
wrong,
don't know. It was still
another
good,
free
but
film for me. So
yeah, but it could have been. There could have been a few more bits in there just
Yeah.
to hammer it home a little bit more. But it worked well and kind of leaves itself ready for a sequel.
yeah, potentially he's got to
And
find new ways of.
Yeah, that's
Doing
what I
stuff.
mean. But it'll be, yeah, but yeah, no, it was good because
Maybe they
I
could set
didn't
the
know
next
what
one
to.
in Barbados, and it
Yeah.
could be like Death in Paradise. type thing.
That's on my list as well. But yeah, it was good. Went in not really knowing what it was or what to expect. So
Yeah, and again,
it was really cool.
you think it's going to be one thing, like a Wicker Man type thing, but it turns into completely
something
different.
different, yeah.
Cool.
And then my other note just above that was obviously we lost the one and only David Lynch in between our recordings at 78. He's now in a red room somewhere dancing with a midget with some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
Paul.
Okay. So another one I spent money on, but everyone was going on about it. So I thought, man, this might be worth a punt. The Substance.
Oh no.
I still want to watch that. It looks weird enough that I'll like it.
So Demi Moore, Dennis Quaid, again, great old team from
True,
back in the
true,
day.
Yeah.
Some new people as well. Obviously, with Demi Moore's up for a potential Oscar for this one. So I thought, well, okay. Yeah, it had got a lot of rave reviews. So this one is about Demi Moore, who was like a workout celebrity, big into
Like Jane Fonda. Of,
yeah, but huge face everywhere, living the life, dream lifestyle. But she's getting on a bit, so the damn network, of thinking about replacing her and getting a new
Younger
lead
model
to take over. So anyway, she comes across a person or an organization that do a substance that it's hard to explain. I don't want to explain it too much
Makes you
without giving
younger.
away. Well, it doesn't just make her get younger. There's almost a David Cronenberg way of how a younger her comes into existence.
I've heard things.
And that younger version can only only be active at one point. So it's not Clark Kent and Superman. They can't both be around. But they have to like take a week on, week off, or 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and share living in essence. Things start off okay, but you might be surprised that things start deteriorating.
Oh no!
Literally and physically. I think Brett would enjoy this more than I did potentially. One of the things, I mean, the storyline's okay, and it was a bit different. There's been very similar, films about magical
Sounds like
substances that make you
The stuff.
young and and
Long live the new
consequences.
Flash.
But I mean, Demi Moore did give a very different performance to the one that you've seen her on in the past, and she doesn't hold back, and she really gets into the character. She does give everything. She's not afraid to get naked for the scenes and all this kind of stuff. And she's in the past. She used to be that person that had a chip on her shoulder. You imagine her, saying no to the directors, but she did everything and more for the
She
role.
ruined One Crazy Summer.
It's not an enjoyable film to watch by any means.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, it kind of is in a lot of places.
Who directed it?
I can't remember.
It sounds very Cronenberg-y, doesn't it?
But yeah, that's what I mean. It does feel a lot like that when you're watching it. And there's also very much 80s, 90s vibe to a lot of it as well, which they do really well. I mean, Dennis Quaid plays the nasty TV exec really well. And it's a nice different role for Dennis Quaid as well.
Yeah.
As opposed to him being like the
All-American.
the aging father nowadays that's going to save the day. He really is a nasty TV exec.
With the strange brother.
Yeah. So
We need to do an episode on him at some point.
He's on the run still.
So I think Brett, definitely give it a watch.
From the Hollywood Whackers.
Yeah.
Damien, maybe not.
Maybe not. No.
But I think Brett, you probably enjoy it a lot more than I did.
Not just because it's naked stuff, but because of the horror.
No.
Just to clarify for our listeners.
No, just because, as I said, it's got that kind of David Lynch type vibe to it.
Okay, I'll get that guy. Because that's the thing now. If anyone's listening, David Lynch isn't going to make any more films now, so I need to find who's the next one. Send us
I
these
don't
films.
think there will be.
Or at least there's got to be that surreal filmmaker of such, of something,
No, because David Lynch didn't care whether he was
Oh yeah, no, I know
successful.
that. Yeah,
Whereas you have to be successful now, if you see what I mean.
they'll be around
So,
somewhere. and
just
they'll
as an
be filmed.
FYI, it was written and directed by Coralie Farge.
There you go.
Which is an anagram of David Lynch. Okay.
Cool. So,
Back to
worth
you.
a watch. Okay, I will give you season 2 of Silo. I don't know who watched Silo.
I've still,
one
it's
or
on my
not.
list. I haven't got around to it yet.
That's the last thing on my list, and I have been watching.
Have you finished it?
I didn't realise it was the last one. Oh, no, in that case, we haven't.
Okay.
I think we've seen like up to episode 5.
I don't even.
Well, I'm not going to
to-
give anything
To
away.
be
but
fair, I
just
don't
wanted-
know that much about it apart from the fact I want to watch it. But is
Okay.
it worth watching?
It's worth watching. So, I mean, I'm not going to give anything away. But there's a lot of filler in this. Juliet is no longer in the original Silo. And there's a rebellion on the cards in the original Silo. We get some flashbacks to events in another Silo, a different Silo.
There's always rebellions.
Yeah, and some new characters are introduced. But the main mystery just kind of trundles along the political machinations of what's his name, Tim Robbins, and
Yeah.
who's the head of IT and the mayor. It's just more of the same
It
until
doesn't
you
really...
get to the end.
Oh, okay. Because as I said, we're in episode 5, and it doesn't feel like they're moving the storyline along at all. Everything just
No.
seems really drawn out.
It's not really until the last 2 episodes, maybe
Right.
even the last episode, that some stuff, not necessarily even gets revealed, but just some stuff happens that makes it more, again,
Yeah.
you're going to come back for the next season now because you want to see what happened, what's gone on. There is a nice bit at the very, very last scene, or the very last couple of minutes. It opens up something, you go, oh. So it's worth watching for that.
Another one.
Go on then, Summers.
Okay.
I'm rattling through now because we've gone past our
couple,
time box.
Couple quick, that's right.
I've got one left.
I've got a couple things. One, I'm about halfway through season 2 of the Vampire Diaries,
Oh, Sarah watches that.
and Kate said to watch it because it's one of her favourites, and I'd watched bits of the first.
See,
season.
what happens is so when I go back in after recording here tonight, I'll have to probably sit and watch 45 minutes of the episode she's just started
Yeah,
because not knowing,
yeah.
when
But
I'm finished.
It's well written.
It looks
It's not bad. I
awful.
mean, it's very. I mean, it's hallmark horror.
Yeah, it's like it
But-
just looks like Twilight.
No, it's better than
On
that.
steroids.
It's better than Twilight. I'm just at the bit now where the werewolves will come into it, which is quite cool. But what gets me a bit more now is a lot of the parents and things in it are people that were the teens in the things I used to watch.
Yeah.
It's like kind of, but I can see why it's popular. I can see why it's thing, and there's a few twists and turns in the story. I wouldn't mind seeing a more grittier remake if we're allowed to say that, but no, it's doing all right. Yeah, so I'm kind of being guided through that, and I watched Alien Romulus.
Oh, you finally watched
Do you know what? I nearly watched that the other night. The only reason I didn't watch it is because I'm not entirely sure where I am in this whole Alien
No, I messaged
canon.
shout out to Toby Vincent. I messaged Toby to work out where.
Yeah.
Well, why was it made to begin with? Where did it fit?
Hold
And
on, I
what-
told you all this when I went through it.
Did
before-
you, though?
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah, but that was before Christmas. When I was sat there watching it, I didn't.
Yeah, so I said, I don't really like this because it doesn't drive the story forward. It's set, before Aliens. Again, waste of
So-
time.
In between Alien and Aliens?
Yeah.
Or right, okay.
Yeah, but
Thanks for remembering my conversation.
Well,
Oh,
I
like
knew
you
that
remember
spoke
ours.
about it, but the 10 minutes where I was about to watch it, and I was already talking to him because he said, "Oh, it's on. It'd come on. I think it's Disney Plus."
That's right, yeah.
And he said, "Have you seen it?" I said, "Oh no, I haven't yet." And
Hawkins has, though.
yeah,
I remember the podcast we did a few weeks ago. He went on about it and gave his critique of it.
yeah, I found it. It was well made,
Yep.
but I've already seen it.
Yeah.
It's just this the younger cast.
And it was basically Skins meets Alien. Like the kids from Skins.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off, you twat. Now you fuck off. And then, but what really kind of done it for me is you probably wouldn't. Well, I don't know. You probably would see it actually. But the girl who was pregnant in it is the live action Dora the Explorer in the Dora Explorer movie.
No.
So we've had that at
I
school.
didn't know there was a live action
Oh
Dora
yeah,
the
there is.
Explorer.
But we've had that on a couple of times,
It's
like
actually
at
quite
school,
funny.
at like
Is it?
break-in lunchtimes, and some of the kids sit and watch it. So to see her walking around the alien spaceship, kind of, I was seeing the film I wanted to watch. Swiping, no swiping, Dora. It was just kind of like I'm hoping somewhere on YouTube someone's mashed that up, but I haven't found it yet.
With a little
Oh, talking of
monkey.
mashups, has anyone seen or heard the Round the Twist and AC/DC mashup? When we're done here, search that Round the Twist, and I think it's Back in Black. Doesn't sound like it should work, but it does.
No, I can hear it. As someone who's listened to the round twist.
Yeah.
Right, Alien Romulus. anyway.
I wrote a scheme of work around that so I could show it at school. Only
Nice.
season 1.
Yeah, that's the one that's on Amazon, isn't it?
Um,
Or Freevee or whatever it's called.
Got the DVDs, and
Of course you have.
But it was alright. But I've seen it.
Yeah.
Did it so any?
Yeah, I still might watch it then, because just for the romp.
Yeah.
it's
I
free
mean, it is.
for the fun,
It is
yeah.
what it is. But they almost go past where they should have gone past in the development of the xenomorphs, which would have messed everything else up. But then, it's the normal thing of, everything dies anyway, so it's all right.
Yeah, but they're going to make another one apparently.
Well, then it's the series next, isn't it? Alien
I know.
Earth. It's the TV series on
Yeah.
Earth. That's this summer.
No.
Which I just don't. I think that it. I said it. I think I said it on the podcast whenever we talked about it last. It's game
Yeah.
over. The
Yeah, that was the
Xenomorph
bit-
reaches
oh,
Earth. It's game over.
Yeah,
there's,
but
there's
again-
nothing.
I think that's set hundreds of years before the last Alien film, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I'm sure it's.
I
Oh,
don't know. I don't remember
Anyway.
reading that.
okay.
that
Better
would-
not be.
That would be
Yeah.
now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No,
No, because it's
it's the last Alien film,
What was the last one?
Alien 17 or whatever it was.
That
But anyway,
so that got a
as
Predator
long
in
as
it?
that's as long as the
Probably.
timeline for that is after the Alien films, then I'll be a bit happy.
yeah. Well, it has.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
Because they blew them all up, didn't they? Didn't they?
I don't know.
Didn't Sigourney Weaver and Ron Perlman kill them all?
Yeah, but they always kill them all, don't they?
Yeah.
Or do they? Anyway,
Yeah.
And somebody else was in it. I can't remember who else was in it now.
okay.
Winona Ryder, in fact, I believe. Wasn't she the robot in that one?
Potentially rings
Was
a
that,
bell.
I can't.
This is it. This is why I haven't watched
Yeah.
one minute because I can't remember where I'm
I
at.
can't remember whether that's the last one, and it could be, but yeah.
But then there was loads of alien predatory type things and all that. And then...
He's doing it again.
Oh, go on, Paul. Sorry.
I've only got one left. So
Okay. So
my
I
my
think,
final one is a series on Apple TV, Prime Target.
Nope.
So this feels like almost like a
Apple. So I was saying Amazon have got a show called Prime Target. They're really trying.
no. So they're trying to be like a Dan Brown type film.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, do you know what? I think I have read the synopsis for this, but carry on.
yeah. So this is about a maths genius at Cambridge who is basically wanting to do a thesis on a pattern in prime numbers. But
I'm hooked.
Yeah, it sounds riveting, doesn't it?
But lo and behold, it turns out that there's a mysterious organization looking for people that are doing this work because it could crack any encryption
Okay.
if they find the pattern.
It's not a quiz team for Only Connect.
No. So it's okay. We're only into like episode 3, I think, because it's on once a week.
So how is
now.
this pitched? Is it like proper serious or Warehouse 13 type?
No. It's they're trying to
That
do it
could
like
have been so
like
good.
I know, it could have been, couldn't it?
They are trying to do it like almost like a Dan Brown type series.
God.
Okay, so they're going full on
But
deadly serious.
there's
no
a lot
tongue in
of
cheek.
there's a lot of prime numbers. Let's put it that way.
Yes,
There's-
it's not floating my
There's a
boat.
lot of talk as opposed to action.
Are they quite optimal?
So yeah. Anyway, it's okay, but I've got a feeling it already in episode 3. They're thinking about the long game for other seasons, and it's just going to be this. Not much happens
Yeah.
for a lot of episodes, as opposed.
The illusion of change.
Well, yeah, because now there's an institute that, because you got kicked out of Cambridge for one reason. There's an institute that wants him to go and work for them so he can carry on his, study into prime numbers.
Did he go all Greg Wallace?
And no, and just kind of
Two
think,
fat ladies,
Where's
ain't you?
this going to go? But it's all right. I think that's the last one for me.
Okay.
Cool.
For a change, I've got more than anyone else.
Mm.
Okay, I'll give you quickly season 2 of The Rig. So I don't know, again, if either of you watched season 1 of The Rig.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you said about it,
Yeah.
but I haven't watched it.
This is the one where they're on an oil rig and they find this.
Oil.
Entity
Yeah.
under the ice. So this season 2 is much faster paced than season 1. It picks up immediately after the end of season 1. So they get rescued from the rig and they're taken to another rig. You know, because that's really what you want, isn't it? But they're being
That's Labour government, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
They're building rigs everywhere nowadays.
everywhere you go, there's oil.
A bunch of...
They're being coerced into signing NDAs. The ones that sign it are allowed to go back home. The others for some reason, stay on and get to do more research and rescue shenanigans. Back on UK soil, the aftermath of the disaster, the tsunami, and all the other stuff that went on. The oil company are basically sort of trying to downplay their part in it, and all of the sort of usual
That's just
stuff.
the news, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. It's not far from that. But more happens. There's more reveals. There's more deaths.
Cool.
Not a bit like we were saying with Black Doves. They're not afraid to get rid of people. So people have got rid of. Worth watching, but it's not earth shattering.
Cool. I have started the final season of What We Do in the Shadows on Disney Plus, but I'm taking my time with it because it's really good and I don't want it to end.
Well,
You not like it? You're not a fan?
no, it's stupid. I can't stand stupid comedy. I hate comedy that's not played straight, and that isn't played straight. So don't like it.
You could say it was.
No, you can't. It's stupid. Going at the camera and shit like that.
Oh, well, it's really good, Paul. You'll like it.
Okay.
Have you ever watched anything yet?
I watched the film.
Oh yeah, it's not the same ones as the film,
No,
but in the same world. Those characters do pop up from the film at one point with a few others, including Wesley Snipes. But but yeah, no, it's really good. But it's the final series, so I don't want to just burn through them all because that's it then. Because I really liked it. And also back this week, Death in Paradise.
Yeah. So the Christmas special was good. I like the new detective. I've seen things online where people don't like him, but I think I liked him.
Well-
Haven't seen the start of the new season.
But it's the Christmas special is really good. I liked him that they had to go with a different dynamic.
Yeah.
We couldn't have another sort of
Just say
autistic,
it. They had to go with a black actor.
Well, not
because-
necessarily a black actor, but
but how many kind of
autistic,
but not
kind
just
of
that.
white
it's-
man type
yeah,
thing do
it's-
we need? Yeah, they went with a black streetwise guy who doesn't really give a shit
Yeah.
and kind of isn't worried if he's
nonsense.
friends with them or not
Yeah.
or whatever. And it's a different dynamic, but we're in like season 15 or something. We need to keep it fresh. I had no problem with that.
It would be good if they brought Wesley Snipes in to be the lead.
You never know.
That would be a different
No, what
dynamic.
Death in Paradise would do is have Wesley Snipes sat in a jail for 5 minutes and then killed.
Yeah.
That's how they work.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to think what the Christmas one was now.
It's one where he's gone there to his
He's gone
original
there to find
reason
his mum. I'm
to
trying to think
find
what
his
the
mum.
murder
Yeah.
was or whatever.
The murder was the guy that had a pop hit or wrote.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
He wrote.
She never sang the song. Which was yeah. No, I
and
remember
It should have
guy
been a
wrote it.
Christmas song that you wrote.
It
surely.
was.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who was he? He was.
I can't even remember him now. I can't even picture him
I can't
now.
think of the actor was now, but it was somebody. Well, I want to say Hugh
It should have been
Grant,
Robin Asquith, but
No, it was Max. The dude from El Dorado that used to have the ponytail.
Beasley. Oh.
was it?
Yeah,
sure?
black hair. He used to have like a black
Marcus.
hair. Marcus Tand. No,
Yeah, Marcus Tandy
yeah, it was
is.
him. He was the record producer guy.
Are
yeah,
you sure?
Google it.
I'm going to Google that.
And that's. I want to point out I have no computer device in front of me apart from my phone, which isn't
Is
even
off.
on that. Which is on.
So you're saying Marcus Tandy, wife of Cassandra.
I never watched El Dorado, but I know he was in it. He was the bad guy, and he was. The only reason I remember him is because he had like the little shitty ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he had like the clip-on one, like Rodney did. I swear it was him. Oh, look at the tension in the studio
I don't
now.
know.
Just
I'm
trying
not-
to think, do we
well,
need to pad while he's searching on Google?
I am doubting it because this is the sort of thing I would recognise. So, recent credits. Riot on something, Red Church Street, The Pebble and the Boy, Holby City, Essex Boys, Hollyoaks. No Death in Paradise.
It was him.
It was not him.
Pause that motherfucker.
Anyway, so yeah, but Death in Paradise, good Still a good
Well,
series.
this,
Consistently delivers.
I'll be interested in your thoughts on the first episode when we get to it, because slightly different format of how they do it.
Okay. Well, again,
But yeah,
They've
nothing
had-
wrong with it. But I'm just
I think how
interested-
many times have they gone to the no detective, whoever, you've got to do Agatha Christie and bring all the suspects into the room, and
Yeah,
that's
what,
the way you do it.
Why do we do it? Oh, that's what we do here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is- you know.
I did vote with that. No, but I mean, no, like just how the telling of the story
Okay.
is kind of. It's a
Is it
different-
still a little bit weird though?
Oh yeah,
as
yeah.
in
It's all still.
they're
It's
still
good in
keeping
that,
the
but they just
locked.
employ
It's still a locked room.
for this episode. They employ a slightly different narrative structure.
Okay.
In the pre-credits,
Cool.
whatever you want to call it.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I am going to mention this, even though it's shit. Well, it's not shit. It's one long advert, really. So, Unbinding on Amazon Prime. So this comes from the same people that brought you Hellier. If you ever watched that. Yeah, that's not Marcus Tandy.
Oh, I thought that's who it was. Steve.
No,
I thought he was him as well.
no, he's not.
Oh, it was him anyway.
He's been in things like Casualty and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was him as well. Oh,
No.
my mistake then. I muddled the actors.
Yes.
Stephen
Own your
Hartley.
mistake.
Brett,
Yes.
it's Stephen Hartley.
Oh, no, I'm on his page.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I was...
Sorry, David. You carry on.
It's all
you
right.
carry
It's
on.
fine. I'll just waffle on. Maybe they're listening if you're not.
Well, I see.
So this
So-
comes from the same people that brought us Hellier, which was, again,
What is this, sorry?
this is called Unbinding.
Unbinding. It's about witches.
Yeah. So if you watched Hellier, you'll know that it's a weird. You want to say documentary? I would say mockumentary, but not comedy. Just done in documentary style. Occult researchers Greg and Dana Newkirk, who also happen to run the world's one and only occult object museum, get sent a strange statue by some hikers who found it in the Catskills Mountains. It
Dan
tells,
Aykroyd does that.
he does, but not a travelling one.
Oh, okay.
He's got his own
Shop.
bookshop and stuff. Yeah. It tells a story of how the hikers became the target of chilling paranormal phenomena, and as it escalated, they took to Reddit to find out more, and eventually ended up at Greg and Dana's door. And then after many dubious seance-style investigations and making some tenuous link to a Slavic deity, they decide to return the object to the woods where it was originally found, and we get treated to an unbinding ceremony as it happens. But it's basically an hour and a half long advert for their podcast and museum. It's almost like because they've got they've got a director friend they work with, so hence what Hellier. I didn't write the director's name down, but yeah, they it's a kind of send us some more stuff for our museum type thing. But if, like me, you subscribe to 14 Times and listen to any haunted, paranormal, alien podcast you can get your hands on, you'll enjoy it just for the story. But I don't believe a word of it. But brilliantly shot, like Hellier is the atmospheric and all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
even I've got to kind of draw the line somewhere, and unbinding ceremonies is one of them.
The line is drawn.
The line is drawn.
Fair
And there's
enough.
this scene, there's this bit in it where, so there's a well known and respected way of communicating with spirits, where the one person has a blindfold with a set of headphones and a radio,
Sounds like me in the MRI.
the radio is like out of tune. So you ask a question, and then the radio is
It's
supposedly
like static type thing.
it comes through in.
White noise.
It's more than white noise. It comes through in, like, because if you're just slightly out of tune of something, you might hear 3 or 4 different stations at the same time. So it's like, what is your name or whatever, and it just so happens that on one part of the station it's saying John. Do you know what I mean? So they do this a lot, but it's like, okay, so this is supposed to be a Slavic deity. It's speaking English to you. I don't really think that would happen. It would be
Slavics are multilingual.
yeah, but maybe not thousands of years ago. Who knows?
Vikings
Anyway,
used to get around.
Gozer speaks English.
yeah, but that's Ghostbusters, so we can accept that.
Fair enough. Good point.
But yeah, I mean, it's entertaining, but even I've got to draw the line somewhere. I'll quickly rattle through some more.
I just thought one more.
I'll go on then.
Sorry. Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention.
Is this the one aimed at kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Goonies.
Goonies in
I'm
space.
not knocking. I just want to make sure I know the one.
Basically, it's Goonies in space.
It's got what's his name in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Not Leonardo.
He normally
DiCaprio.
plays an emotionless robot.
Yeah.
Jude
Jude
Law.
Law.
Yeah.
Judge
Law.
Rinder.
Judge Nelson.
Yeah.
Jude Law.
Judge Rinder.
But, yeah.
I'd watch that.
Judge
in
Rinder
space.
But that's really good. I mean, it's
one of the best ones.
yeah.
out of the
I really
series.
enjoyed it. It's set in the Star Wars universe, but there's no real. You don't really see stormtroopers or the bad. You don't see the Jedi. You don't see the. It's kind of like the one of the kids. One of the kids reads the book on. He's reading a book on Jedi's, and you can see it's like
So is
Luke
this,
and the
is
Rancor.
this pre-New Hope?
This is
post-New Hope?
after.
No, it's
After
New Hope.
after Jedi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
When the rebellion's
rebellion's won,
yeah.
but before the new trilogy. It's about
Okay.
the same sort of time as Mandalorian, I imagine.
Yeah. I don't think I've finished yet. Got to the end of that third
Um,
season. Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just in that universe. It's not. You don't need to know, and it could be anywhere really.
Anywhere
But
in
it's a bit
space.
of a refreshing take on compared to a lot of the stuff that they've tried with the likes of Ashoka and
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff.
Well, they've just gone for something that's not connected to anything, but people are still moaning about that and that it's kids, and they were going, "Oh, it's really low ranked though," and it's like, well. Okay, it is, but it was a good story. Just watch it and enjoy it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You're 50 now. It's never going to be like it was.
Yeah. Exactly.
Accept that. And again, I always say, A New Hope's written on the back of a bloody stamp. Really, I love the film. And don't get me
But
wrong.
there's no huge depth to it. Or...
But if you go back and look at it now, and you talk about, they changed that detail or they changed that. Luke and Leia snog in The Empire Strikes Back and may have done other things in between the film off screen.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, there's a load of flaws in.
Yeah,
New
there's
Hope.
for all the stuff people pick on for the new. Oh, that happened, and he had a red button on his shirt, and he has blue buttons.
No, I just love the bit, looking back in New Hope, where Leia's home planet's destroyed, all of her family dead, billions of people are dead, yet she's comforting Luke because he's upset because a guy he's known for a day is dead.
Well, a few days, it's left. But yeah, there is a bit in what's it called, Skeleton Crew, where he's talking to him about on their planet. He goes, "Oh, what do you learn at school?" And he goes, "Oh, we were learning about Coruscant, Alderaan, and all that." And he goes, "Alderaan?" He goes, "You guys aren't quite up to date, are you?" Or something like that. And it's like, and the kid's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I never thought a little blue elephant boy would be the best character in any program. I liked him; he was cool. But I can't work out.
He hasn't seen Peppa Pig.
I have. But I got my picture taken with Peppa Pig. It's on my wall in my classroom, thank you very much. But he had red dungarees and a yellow, it's Stewie Griffin. That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, because
You're having a conversation with yourself.
Yeah, I would do that sometimes. But no, because I was like, that's from something, but they've not said it is. It was just like a little, he had red dungarees and a yellow jumper. And I thought, that's on purpose, but I couldn't think, it's Stewie Griffin. I was going through all the Rugrats. I was going through all the...
Went through Chucky.
Yeah, little Chucky. Yeah, both Chuckies. All the Chuckies. But, it was really good. It was just fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it had all come out as a movie, everyone would have gone, "Oh, it's great," or they would have bombed it and hated it. It's better than the Ewok films,
Fair enough. Cool.
and yeah, so that was good as well.
Okay. So quickly, Missing You, which is the latest Harlan Coben adaptation for
I was going to watch that,
Netflix.
but it kind of not a lot of people said nice things.
It's not. I mean, they've done 8 now of his.
What's this one about?
So you've got police detective. She's what's her name? I can't remember. I don't think I wrote down. Oh no, I wrote her name down. Kat Donovan. She's good at her job, but she's terminally single because her fiance left her 11 years ago, and she's never been able to find love since. But then, and her father, played by Lenny Henry, was also in the police, but he was shot some time ago. Her fiance walked out on her with no explanation. Literally just cleared the house of his stuff. Left. She's on a dating app. She stumbles across the ex, and like swipes right or whatever, and sends him a message. Meanwhile, there's some bloke running out in the woods, or in the countryside, being chased by people when he gets caught, and chucked in a pig pen and chained up. Surely they can't. The two things can't be connected, or can they? It's much of the same.
Is it
The Harlan Coben stuff is entertaining. Sorry, what?
I was going to say, is it because, again, I haven't seen these, because I saw the one, what was the one on Amazon with the boy?
Yeah, they're a different.
I know they're a different thing, but is it because one's made by Americans and one's made by British that something gets lost?
No. I just don't. I just think this one's a weaker story.
Okay.
I haven't, because I've read a lot of the ones.
Yeah.
The other ones.
Because I saw the one with Joanna Lumley and the girl that's not Cheryl Cole.
Yeah, Fool Me Once.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And it had a nice twist to it, but it wasn't necessarily the greatest acted drama piece I'd seen ever.
No, I think they kind of like got a core group of actors they go to, and it's like, are you available? Oh, I'm only available for a week. Okay, you can be this one. I'm available for 6 weeks shooting. Okay, you can be this one. It's a bit like they've got it's like the Carry On ensemble, but they never play the like, I mean, James Nesbitt has been in quite a few of them, and in this one, he's, I think, in one scene. It's a relatively long scene, but it would have been a day shooting. That's it. So it's like, I'm available for a day.
No, I just wondered if some of the mystery got lost in like the production of it as such.
No, because he's heavily involved in the production. So, and the you can transfer the story from anywhere. That doesn't make any difference.
You know, sometimes British stuff just looks a bit cheaper compared to that.
No, it's not about the production. This one is about the story.
Yeah.
But you kind of know what you're going to get with a Harlan Coben. There's 3, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 sort of disparate stories going on. They're all going to come together, and it comes to a kind of satisfying conclusion. But it's nowhere near the best. And I don't know if it follows the book faithfully or not, because on this one I've not read the book. And I've got another one, very honourable mention, Ghost Story for Christmas, that was on over Christmas, obviously, written by Mark Gatiss. This was called Woman of Stone. Typical ghost story in the M.R. James style. Nowhere near as good as an M.R. James, and nowhere near as atmospheric or creepy as the original 70s series but I don't care. Because as long as they keep making them, I'm happy. Yeah, they may be sporadic. It might be every 2-3 years, but just keep it going.
Cool.
Oh, and I got a list here. So whilst I was festering on the sofa, very ill, I watched a lot of alien documentaries and various. So I watched Unsolved Mysteries, the entire, however many series they've got on Netflix or Prime, Unexplained Encounters, Investigation Alien, Files of the Unexplained. Now, I've come to the conclusion that aliens visited us thousands, if not millions of years ago. Thousands. They've come back ever since, and they're still here now, and the government are covering it up. That's basically it. They built the pyramids, they built the NASCAR lines, or rather, we built the NASCAR lines to guide them in,
And that's what happens, kid, when you're ill on a medication.
Yeah. Say no to drugs, kids.
And for you, Brett, on Netflix, I think it is, don't watch Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy Wars documentary because it just blows everything that you think you know from Tombstone out the window. This is obviously the true...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we all know Tombstone is
One of the best
loosely
films
based
ever.
and the narrative is a bit...
Yeah.
They've taken bits from here, there
Yeah.
and everywhere.
But he's still an arsehole in Tombstone, really.
Yeah.
We
no,
see
but
him
this-
as the hero, but if you actually think about what he does, he's
Yeah.
he's an
this,
arsehole.
this goes deeper into that.
Yeah.
And, it's a good watch. Like 8 episodes of it's one of those ones where it's documentary but acting at the same time, sort of voiceovers and stuff.
He was
But
the
yeah.
worst of the brothers, really, from what I've read. I've read a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I forgot the brother, the Sam Elliott brother was the one that actually went off and still went and retired and became a lawman somewhere else after Tombstone and actually still did it, whereas he just went and spent all the money.
Yeah.
Just like, and milked that shit for all it was worth, you know, like. But, yeah, saying that about Kurt Russell, I was reading a thing, I went down a rabbit hole on the internet the other day, and it was about Big Trouble in Little China, and people were just realising that he's the sidekick. And they go, no,
Well,
no,
they
but
don't
he's the
listen to
star.
this podcast.
No.
do
No,
they?
but it was like he's the star of the movie and all that. And they go, no, but if you watch it,
Yeah.
he's the one that does everything wrong. He's the one that
He
messes
might well be
everyone
the
up.
name, but
He's the one.
he's-
I mean,
yeah.
he comes finally good at the end when he finally caught the knife and threw it back. So, but mostly he's just half-arsing it and messing around, not taking it seriously. He's the one that, and I was going, but he's the star. And they're like, yeah, but his character is. It's just weird reading it all and people not. I think it was on a Reddit or something. It must have been on in America or something, and someone's commented about it, and it's all.
Again, if that production was made in China, the focus would have been on the real hero of the story, and you just have this silly American just popping up every now and
Well,
again.
that's basically what someone put in there. They said that. They said it's the Green Hornet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I was like, oh yeah, I never thought
Yeah,
of that.
that
And it
makes
went
sense.
it went a bit film school at times. There were some people just like, no, it's not. Kurt Russell's awesome. It's like, no. Then there was like the film school one. They were saying like the silly American sidekick, and they were saying about that. And then people were comparing it to the Green Hornet and all that. But it's like the other way round. You know, he's just the muscle, and the other guy's the brains.
There's not much to the muscle either, is
Yeah,
it?
not really, and all that sort of thing. But I mean, he lost like a 50-foot truck to begin with, you know. But yeah, so little side note there. Sorry.
Cool. Okay, another note, we lost Brian Murphy today. Who,
Yeah.
the comedic legend.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. But, so, anyone unfamiliar with, he was in lots of 70s sitcoms, predominantly Georgia Milbridge, Man
Milbridge.
About the House. What's really concerning, or makes you think,
Oh, no.
is that he was
Don't say it.
42, I think it was, when he first started playing George.
Do you know what? I said that today when they showed
In
the clip.
George and
Oh, and
Mildred.
he's not that
Yeah, but he
old
looks
there, is
60.
he?
Because
Yeah.
that's what people did in
Yeah.
those days.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, search George and Mildred, look at George.
And he married
Bear
a,
in mind, he is 42.
I can't remember her name, but he married a yellow coat,
That's right, yeah.
the blonde one.
Yeah,
I
well, he
remember
didn't
that.
really do a lot in Heidi High. It was just more of a
Yeah, they were
background.
all- yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
You know, Bandy
we've only
Yellow
gone
Coat.
half an hour over our time box.
Quite cool saying you
So
Bandy Yellow Coat.
hopefully your back is okay.
I'm scared to get up.
Okay, we'll do our shutdown procedure
Has
quickly.
anyone got anything they're looking forward to that's coming out?
I'm looking forward
No.
to our next podcast where we might do a
We're,
spotlight on
we're going to
Well,
spotlight on identity.
I had one little bit I was looking forward to.
What's that? Go on.
I was going to say the new Fantastic Four trailer
Oh,
came
for
out
fuck's
today, and it looks really cool. I like it's a different approach from Marvel.
Yeah. From what I saw of it, they've done it almost like in an Incredibles type situation.
Well, I always said the Incredibles were the Fantastic Four. That was basically what they took from, because all the films before seemed to forget that it was a family. They're a family. That's the difference. The diehard comic book people will always say, because they'll talk about the best superhero team, and they'll go, oh, the Fantastic Four. They go, no, they're not a team. They're a family.
Okay.
And all that. But no, it looks very, reminded me almost like the Jetsons or something.
Yeah, or the
It's
Incredibles.
got that sort of sci-fi retroness to it.
Like the
So,
Incredibles.
yeah. All right. You can build on it and not just keep repeating yourself.
Just saying.
I'm trying to do so.
Yeah, it's
So,
got- it looks
so
like
that's a
it's got
film
good
I'm
vibes.
looking forward to this year. Anyone else got anything to look forward to that's coming
No,
out?
I haven't even looked at stuff
I'm
like that.
sure there's a film that drops just before my birthday. I could be making that up, but I'm sure there's. I saw it the other day. Leave
think-
it with me. I'll
Oh, I
come
think
back.
there's a new Captain America soon as well, isn't
Oh,
it?
for fuck's sake.
Yeah, there is.
When are they going to stop this shit?
Not
Is
for
it
a
still
long, long
good?
while. Long
This is
while.
gonna be good.
It's not though, is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, don't depress him.
I mean, America won't like it because Captain America's back now, but everyone else will.
Okay, cool. Right, it's time for our shutdown procedure.
Yeah.
I forgot what that is.
Goodbye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube.
Anywhere. You can watch it
Um,
anywhere.
That's true, you can. But
TikTok,
TikTok,
Instagram.
Instagram. Are we still on Blue Sky? Did we keep that one up?
I can't remember.
You know what Blue Sky
I didn't
is?
even log in. Yeah, we're on all the socials. Rate and review us on your preferred podcast app. Would be good to do it on Apple because that's the main one that drives.
Or on YouTube, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or-
said like and
Yeah, I
subscribe.
know.
Or
but
Spotify.
don't just listen. Watch us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can see all this cool movement.
exactly. It's exciting.
How animated we all
Yeah.
are when we're all dying.
Our inaction figures will be on sale slow.
Yeah, there's an
Paul's
idea.
comes with a back
they
brace.
don't move.
Just a head and a drinking head.
Imagine though the podcast studio action set,
Ooh.
accessories sold separately.
And Lego.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, for more insight into what's going on in the world of cult faction reviews, news, etc., you can visit us at.
Cultfaction.com.
If you wanted to contact us directly in the old-fashioned email, you can do that via.
Cultfactionpodcast@mail.com.
In the meantime, you all have a good day and rest of the week-ish. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and
For
you've been
it
Damien
will
Hicks.
be identity.
Be seeing you.
We will be doing a spotlight on identity.
Promise.
It's a
Gav.
promise.
Identity.
Identity. Right, I have been your host, Damien Hicks. I've been ably assisted and joined by...
Paul Hawkins.
And
Brett Summers.
we wish you well. Adieu.
Superman.